We're standing on Government Bluff that rises about 150 feet above the waters of Sturgeon Bay. It was here that Door County's first industry began in 1834, a limestone quarry. Originally intended for a military fort that was never constructed, the stone was later used by the federal government to construct piers and harbors around Lake Michigan. After the government closed the quarry, it was reopened in the early 1880s by Frank Hogan. Hogan was only a squatter on this property, however, and was driven off. He later started the Green Bay Stone Company in Sawyer, now part of the city of Sturgeon Bay. With its limestone bluff so close to the water, Sturgeon Bay was an ideal location for this business. By 1898, 4 quarries operated here. Leathem Smith, which is what you can see in this shot right here, and also nearby the Green Stone Company, the Laurie Stone Company, and the Temison and Jensen Company. Quarried stone was loaded onto ships and moored nearby and economically carried to ports around Lake Michigan. By 1917, the breakwaters and piers of almost every harbor around Lake Michigan had been constructed in part with Sturgeon Bay limestone. This also is where we sail. You can see off in the distance over here, around those two headlands, or those two bluffs, we'll have Little Harbor, and then on up the Sturgeon Bay coastline. Whoops, sorry about that. I wasn't watching. Okay, and then right across, what we have is the outer part of Sawyer Harbor, where my friend Alan Wentworth lives, in the second house down, I think in that one right there. That's his, well, he calls it the shack. Nice shack, right? Look at that, beautiful. And then over here we have Sawyer Harbor. And notice, at this time, this is December 2nd, 2017, and you notice what we have here is a fisherman. Not one. Not two. But 3. There's a man in a kayak. I hope for his sake that he has something warm on. That water's pretty cold at this time of the year, although not as cold as it's going to be. So that's a little bit about the Niagara Escarpment and the stone quarries that are here in Sturgeon Bay. Thanks for joining us.